What's going on YouTube? It's True Boxing. I'm back with another video. This video is called Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather's Manny Pacquiao Option D. Yes, folks. Option D. A, B, C. Then you got D, Floyd. First off, let me say that Manny Pacquiao does not want to fight Floyd. He does not want to fight him at this particular point in time. Primarily because they would have been more eager if one or two things happened. If Manny Pacquiao, when Shane Mosley and Floyd fought, they would have been more eager if Shane put up a better fight. If it had a show chinks in his armor, show that he, basically, even if Floyd had won, but had a showed weakness, like complete weakness, something that's very exploitable, and they didn't see that, so they're not too anxious to fight Floyd. They were either hoping for that or hoping for Shane to win. Roach says he feels Shane would be the more entertaining fight, but it's not about entertainment. It's about what's the easier fight. It's the easier fight to train for a Shane Mosley than it is for Floyd. So that's what he wanted. Let me stop by saying something real quick so it can make more sense. But what I feel is going to happen. A lot of people don't understand about it, why fighters sometimes don't give fighters chances, and this is why. You can actually win from a loss. And what I mean by that is, if you go out and have a good outing against a fighter, you'll basically it's kind of like the effect. How can I put it? Let's say a fighter, like let's say for instance, this is my theory: Manny Pacquiao and Andre Berto. Now I believe Manny Pacquiao would beat Andre Berto, but the reason why he wouldn't fight Andre Berto because Andre Berto is considered a high risk. And the reason why he's considered a high risk is because I believe even though Manny Pacquiao will win, it will be competitive for a minute. It will actually show weakness in Manny Pacquiao. I believe because he's younger, he's going to take risks, he's explosive, he can hit. You'll probably actually see Manny hurt. Even though Manny will pull through, you're going to see him, he's not going to run through him. Like, just run through him. It's going to be very competitive. And basically people will look at that like, damn, this guy was competitive with you, and it kind of demystifies you. It's kind of like when Roy Jones was knocked out. When Tarver knocked out Roy, he made him human. Nobody feared him. The respect that people had of his invincibility was gone. Nobody had it. So like Nassim Richardson said, then everybody was trying to knock him out faster than the next guy because it was demystified, especially when you were knocked out to a guy like Antonio Tarver. You got to realize this, a lot of people look at Antonio Tarver like he's not that good of a boxer, and then they see him knock you out, they're like, oh shit, if he can do it, I know I can do it. And that's what kind of happens. So that's one of the main reasons why you have to pick and choose who you fight, because if somebody looks good against you, it can come back to bite you in the ass, because the next person you fight might look at it like, oh, and I'll give you a prime example of Manny Pacquiao doing what I just said. Manny Pacquiao fighting Oscar De La Hoya. He saw how Stevie Forbes did. You got to realize Stevie Forbes moved up 2 weight classes. Stevie Forbes has no power, and he fought Oscar De La Hoya, and he actually bruised Oscar. And this is documented by Roach too. They seen him. They seen the outing that how good he did against Oscar, and that's when Roach realized Oscar don't have it. I know if Stevie Forbes did this to you, Oscar, Manny Pacquiao will probably stop you because he does everything better than Stevie Forbes. So I know. But back to what I was saying. Basically, I feel like Manny Pacquiao option A is to fight the winner of the Yuri Foreman Cotto fight. Now it can go one or two. It can go one or three ways. This is the combination. It's gonna be kind of hard to follow. So put your thinking cap on, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on. Put it on. One. If if Cotto goes out there and destroys Yuri Foreman, destroys him, you more likely will see a rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Cotto for the 8th title. If Cotto goes out there and looks okay, you will see and wins. You will see a rematch for that title. Now, that's plan A. Plan B, if Yuri Foreman goes out there and makes the fight competitive, and pulls through and shows lots of holes in his game, you will see a Yuri Foreman Manny Pacquiao fight. If Yuri Foreman goes out there and destroys Cotto, ladies and gentlemen, you will not see a Yuri Foreman and Manny Pacquiao fight. They're basically using Cotto to gauge how good Yuri Foreman is. It's kind of like comparing like fighters that you fought. It's basically like Manny's going to sit back and watch and see how he does with Cotto, because he pretty much knows how Cotto's fights now because he fought him and he beat him. So, okay, I want to see how you do with him. If he can take your punches, then I know I can take your punches. It's kind of one of those things. Smart tactic too, but I think that's what Manny's known for doing, in my opinion. That's his option for the A and B slot. Option C is Margachito, which makes no sense in my opinion, because why would you fight Margachito? And to a hardcore fan like myself, my question would be, what do you get out of beating Margachito if you do beat him? Because Shane Mosley destroyed him and Floyd Mayweather destroyed Shane Mosley. So what would you get out of that fight? You would get nothing. So that's his option C, to stay active. Option D is the last result of all, and that's Floyd Mayweather. That's a fight I feel like I absolutely don't want. When Floyd went out there and destroyed Shane the way he did, he backed Manny into a corner. And Manny basically didn't like that. They were not, in my opinion, they were not expecting it. He backed them into a corner. And now we already know, like I said, if option A and B fall through, the Yuri Foreman, if he goes out there and looks horrible, or if he looks great, if Cotto goes out there and looks good or beats him, those are his options, those two fighters. And then Margachito and then Floyd. We all know Paul Williams is out of the equation because Roach is real smart. He's already seen that. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science, people. From my understanding, Paul Williams has the reach of like a Klitschko. When you get done, I mean, Manny's still 5'6". Paul Williams is 6'3". And I know a lot of people says he fights shorts, but I mean he fights short. But you got to realize the distance that Manny would have to hit him in the face. What he would have to do? He'd have to put on some fucking for Iron Man's motherfucking rocket booster. You know what I'm saying? Boots on and shit to get up there, because he's not going to hit him in the face unless Paul allows it. All he has to do is move a couple inches back, and it puts him completely out of range. But he doesn't want that fight. Like I said, he won't fight Andre Berto, because what I told you, he'll beat Berto, but Berto will basically, you'll see the difference. You'll see like, damn, Berto was getting him. I know Floyd will beat him. You know, it's like that. But that's just how I look at the fight, how I look at it going. Floyd has all the options in the world, in my opinion, because if they don't want to play ball, Mayweather can actually fight Sergio Martinez, and I think he can get that title. I think they can. I think he can do. I actually believe he can fight him maybe at 160 and get it. But I would actually, on the safe side, I would do what Manny Pacquiao did with Cotto. Let's catch weight, 154 for the middleweight title. Get the title, and then fight Paul Williams. In my opinion, Floyd doesn't even need Manny Pacquiao at this time. He can fight Sergio Martinez, get the middleweight title, give it up, and then come back down to 147, fight Paul Williams. Since Paul Williams is at the point now of trying to call him out, even though I feel like Paul Williams will beat Pacquiao, but he won't beat Floyd because Floyd has defense and he can time him. Beat Paul Williams and call it a day. But as of now, I feel like he doesn't even need Manny. So that's just my opinion on how I feel Manny is, what he's doing. You know, Floyd's his last option. He doesn't want to fight Floyd. The drug test issue, he was so adamant about it then. And then now pressure, now we can meet halfway. You said you weren't going to do it, period. I feel like now Floyd controls everything. And if I were Floyd, I would be saying, no, I don't want the 14-day cutoff. I want the exact same thing to Shane. I gave you that option then, and you didn't want it. So now you want to go through the same thing as Shane. If not, oh well. So more than likely you won't be seeing a Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. I just don't think it happens. I say Floyd move up, fight Sergio, come back down, beat Paul, call it a day, quit. And you'll have 7 titles at 6 different weight classes, and you're already a Hall of Famer. And in my book, pound for pound king. Peace out. Bitches.